Have you ever felt that relentless just hum of thoughts in your head?
Hmm.
You know, the one pulling you back to something embarrassing last week, or maybe zooming ahead to tomorrow's deadline.
Yeah, that mental chatter, it
Yeah.
can be constant.
Exactly. It's that feeling, kind of overwhelming sometimes, struggling to focus because your mind is, well, everywhere but here.
Right, everywhere but the present moment.
That's exhausting, isn't it?
It really can be.
Well, today on the deep dive, we're going to try and cut through some of that mental noise. We want to offer you a shortcut, maybe, to some clarity with a modern spiritual classic. It promises to fundamentally shift how you experience life. Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now.
Published back in 97, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1997. And it's not just endured, it keeps resonating with millions. So our mission today is to really pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge from the material we've gathered about it, give you the core message, maybe some practical applications you can use, well, right now.
Sounds good.
I'm genuinely thrilled to get into this one because Tolle's main idea, it's so simple, really.
Deceptively simple, maybe.
Yeah, but profound. True peace, true happiness.
Hmm.
It can only be found in the present moment. And what's really interesting is how he blends things, insights from Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity,
Ancient wisdom traditions, yeah.
and weaves them with like modern psychology, makes it really accessible for, our busy lives.
And what's truly fascinating about The Power of Now, I think, is that it's not just another self-help book. It feels more like an urgent call.
A call to awaken.
Exactly. It really challenges us to step outside that cycle. We get stuck in past regrets, future worries. So many of us are trapped there without even realizing it.
Yeah.
And instead, it guides us toward finding a deeper sense of peace, presence, within the only moment that actually exists,
Which is the now.
the now. And its appeal is so universal because it tackles this really fundamental human thing, cuts across culture, age, everything.
Okay, so let's unpack that foundational idea because it really is the cornerstone, isn't it?
It is.
He makes this bold claim. Most human suffering, it doesn't come from our circumstances. It comes from overthinking.
Right. From the mind.
Our minds, he says, are constantly dragging us back, guilt, resentment, shame, or pushing us forward. Anxiety, worry, fear.
It's like a mental tug of war.
Yeah, relentless and often totally unconscious. And it keeps us from feeling any peace.
And what's so insightful there is how Tolle identifies awareness itself as the key. The circuit breaker in that cycle.
Awareness, how so?
Well, it's the realization that you can actually watch your thoughts without being totally swept away by them, without identifying with them.
Okay, so there's me and then there are my thoughts. They're separate.
Precisely. That distinction is absolutely
Yeah.
crucial. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. And that's not just philosophy, it's practical. When you recognize a thought as just a thought, a mental event, not the absolute truth, you create space.
Ah, like a little gap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A buffer between you and the mental noise.
Right.
And that's where freedom starts. Not trying to stop the thoughts, which is, frankly, often impossible,
Right.
but changing your relationship to them.
Yeah, it's powerful. But it sounds almost too simple sometimes. For someone new to this, maybe they're constantly slammed with tasks, emails, demands. How does Tolle suggest we practically live in the present when the to-do list is just screaming?
That's a great question because it hits on a common misunderstanding. Tolle isn't saying ignore your responsibilities or just, check out.
Yeah.
It's more about shifting how you engage. The sources we looked at emphasize that peace isn't found someday, like when everything's
Or
done.
see now, even with the chaos.
Yes. It's in fully experiencing the now. Think about just, say, drinking your morning coffee.
Okay.
It's not just about the taste, although that's part of it. It's about shifting your whole focus, moving from planning your day or rehashing yesterday's argument.
Yeah, which is what my mind usually does.
Right. To just directly engaging with the senses, the warmth of the mug, the smell, the actual taste. That immediate connection, that's the doorway.
Yeah.
It frees you from the mental stories that cause the stress.
So you find peace in the moment, not after the moment.
Exactly. It's a shift from seeking peace to being peace.
That makes a lot of sense. Fully present, whatever
Yeah.
you're doing. Okay, now, this next bit. This gets really interesting for a lot of people, I think, because it touches on something we all kind of recognize. Tolle introduces the pain body.
Ah, yes, the pain body.
When I first read about that, it just clicked. It feels almost like this tangible thing inside us. Can you explain what he means by that, this dormant entity?
Absolutely. The pain body is, well, It's one of Tolle's most distinct concepts. He describes it as the buildup, the accumulation of past emotional pain.
All the old stuff, sadness, anger.
Exactly. Unresolved sadness, anger, fear, trauma.
Mm,
It all resides within us as this kind of semi-autonomous energy field.
energy field.
Wow. Yeah. It's not just a memory of pain. It's the actual energy of past pain. It can lie dormant, but then something in the present triggers it.
Like something reminds you of the past hurt.
Consciously or unconsciously, yes. It resembles the old wound, and bam, the pain body wakes up. And it wants to feed.
Feed on what?
More negative energy.
Yeah.
More suffering. We've all had those moments, right? Someone cuts you off in traffic.
Oh, yeah.
And suddenly you're explosively angry, way out of proportion, maybe dredging up old fights.
Totally.
Tolle would say that's often the pain body grabbing a chance to feed, demanding more negativity to sustain itself.
Wow. So it's almost like an emotional parasite.
That's one way to think about it, yeah.
So how do we deal with that? Because when those old feelings flare up, reacting feels almost automatic. It feels impossible not to.
That's the core challenge. And Tolle's solution is really profound. Instead of automatically reacting, which just feeds the pain body,
Right.
he encourages us to become aware of it as it arises, to observe it.
Just watch it.
Feel the emotion, but without putting a label on it, without judging it, and crucially, without identifying with it.
So not I am angry, but I feel anger arising.
Exactly. That mindful observation starts to dissolve its power. It creates that crucial space, again, between you, the observer, and the pain body, the thing being observed.
Instead of being the sadness, you're witnessing it.
Precisely. And that weakens its hold. It breaks the cycle of just replaying old pain and actually allows for real emotional processing, not just suppression or blowing up.
It really makes you think differently about how you handle emotions.
It does. It enables genuine healing.
So that's a huge shift in dealing with inner turmoil. And once we start observing, we realize there's this observer. But what about the self we usually think we are? That leads to another key point. The ego. Tolle says our ego just loves external labels.
Yes, and Tolle is careful to clarify, the ego isn't inherently bad, like some moral failing. It's more a mental construct.
It's false self.
A false sense of self, yeah.
Mm.
It's constantly trying to define who I am through things that are external and, frankly, temporary.
Like job titles, possessions.
Achievements, social status, how we look, our past stories, our future plans. It clings to all of it. It's a basic misunderstanding of who we are, always seeking validation and permanence in a world that's always changing.
And that leads to suffering because those things change or don't deliver.
Exactly. They're inherently impermanent. They shift, they disappear, or they just don't give us the lasting fulfillment the ego promises they will.
So the ego is basically just a collection of stories we tell ourselves based on things outside us.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, but if we strip all that away, my job title, my car, my history, what's left? What is our true self, according to Tolle?
And that is the million-dollar question Tolle wants us to really sit with.
Yeah.
He suggests our true self is way beyond the ego. Our true nature, he says, is pure consciousness.
Pure consciousness. That sounds pretty abstract.
It can sound that way, but he presents it as an accessible state of being. It's that unconditioned, silent presence underneath all the mental chatter, a field of just pure awareness, before thought, before form, before any label. It's the I am that's deeper than I think.
Like that deep, still point inside.
Exactly. The one we can touch when we stop identifying so strongly with our thoughts and emotions. It really pushes us to ask.
Yeah.
If you take away all the labels, what's authentically left?
It forces you to look beyond the surface stuff.
And connect with something much deeper and unchanging.
That's definitely something to chew on, especially when society constantly tells us to build our identity around what we do or have. Okay, shifting gears slightly to another really key and sometimes challenging concept. Acceptance and surrender.
Right, another big one.
The book basically says our resistance to what is, fighting reality, fighting our current situation, that's what creates the suffering. Now, that can be a really tough pill to swallow, right? Especially if you're facing something genuinely difficult or unfair. It almost sounds like he's saying, be passive. Just accept bad things.
And that's a critical distinction to make, because it's where people often trip up with Tolle.
Okay.
His idea of surrender absolutely does not mean giving up. It's not about becoming passive or letting go of your agency. Not at all.
So what is it then?
It's more about flowing with life. It's about responding to what's happening with awareness instead of reacting with that unconscious resistance that no, to reality. It means accepting the present moment exactly as it is, because that's the only place you have any real power.
But you can still take action if something needs changing.
Absolutely. You accept the isness of this moment, and then
Yeah.
you take conscious, inspired action from that place of acceptance, not from frantic resistance or anger.
Okay, example. Stuck in traffic.
Perfect example. Resisting the traffic, fuming, yelling. Doesn't make the cars move, right?
Yep. Just makes me miserable.
Exactly. Just ramps up your internal suffering. Surrender, in that context, means accepting the fact of the traffic jam. Okay, this is happening. And then you choose your response consciously. Listen to a podcast. Practice breathing. Just observe the situation without inner commentary.
So you're responding with intention, not just knee-jerk frustration.
Precisely. You recognize that fighting reality often hurts more than the reality itself. It's a huge shift in perspective. It actually allows for more effective engagement, not less.
Okay, I see. It's about how we meet the unavoidable and then acting from peace if change is possible. That's a powerful way to frame it.
It is.
So let's bring this home. Why does all this matter to you, the listener? Our sources consistently describe the power of now as deep yet simple.
That comes up a lot.
It explains these big spiritual ideas without getting bogged down in jargon, makes it accessible. It has universal relevance, they say, whether you're spiritual, stressed out, or just looking for more meaning.
And that simplicity really is key to why it's had such a massive impact. It makes these potentially really complex psychological and spiritual concepts understandable for almost anyone.
Right.
It avoids that feeling of information overload you get with some denser books. It feels more intuitive, more directly applicable. That's a huge part of its appeal and usefulness. It's about feeling it, not just analyzing it.
And critically, it's not just theory. That's something I really value. The book is packed with practical exercises.
Little techniques woven right in.
Yeah, actual things you can do. Like observing your breath sounds simple, but it works. Silencing the mind through focus, just taking moments of stillness during the day. They're like little doorways into the present you can use anywhere.
Exactly. They're actionable steps. And observing the breath, for instance, it's not just about relaxing. It's a way to anchor your awareness right here, pulling you out of the thought stream and into your body.
Ground.
Yes. And bringing that awareness to mundane things. Washing dishes. Walking can turn ordinary moments into chances for real presence. It's about consciously choosing to shift attention from thinking to being, moment by moment.
That makes sense. Those small practices unlock bigger shifts. Okay, let's talk about who really gets the most out of this.
Right. Who's it for?
According to the sources, if you're a stressed out professional, maybe a student, this book can seriously help reduce anxiety and overthinking, help you focus. Think about exam pressure, deadlines, worrying about the future, your career. This offers a genuine alternative.
A way to find calm amidst the storm.
Yeah. And if you're more of a spiritual seeker, it offers profound guidance on mindfulness, on consciousness, but without needing you to buy into a specific dogma.
Very accessible spiritually, yes.
And for people carrying past trauma or regrets, it offers a path to acceptance, healing. It drives home that idea. Only the now is real. The past cannot hold you prisoner.
Learning to release that emotional weight.
Definitely. And maybe most broadly, if you're just anyone feeling a bit lost, restless, anxious, unfulfilled, which feels so common today, right? Even when people seem to have it all.
The external markers don't always equal inner peace.
Exactly. This book is a powerful reminder that real peace, real joy, it's not out there in possessions or future goals. It's right here in fully engaging with this moment.
And if we connect those groups to the benefits, you see why it works. For the stressed person, detaching from the constant thoughts brings peace, better focus, better decisions, more productivity, actually.
Less mental energy wasted on worry.
Exactly. For those with past pain, observing the pain body without reacting builds emotional resilience, allows real healing, not just suppression.
Yeah.
And ultimately, for anyone seeking meaning, these practices foster a deeper connection with yourself, with others. It leads to a more peaceful, more meaningful, just a better way of living, really.
Transforms the inner world.
Regardless of what's happening outside.
Now, while the power of now gets so much praise, we should be fair. Our sources do mention it's not without its, let's say, limitations or challenges for some readers.
True. It's not universally loved, though widely respected.
Some find it a bit abstract, apparently, and others feel it can be repetitive.
Yeah, and that's an important point to set expectations for you, the listener. If you're used to very linear, step-by-step self-help guides, Do A, then B, then C.
Like a checklist.
Right. Then Tolle's more meditative, reflective style might feel challenging. It's less about a list of actions and more about shifting your whole way of being, which, by its nature, can feel a bit circular sometimes as he revisits core ideas from different angles. It asks for a different kind of engagement.
So the takeaway from those who really connect with it seems to be it's not just a book you read through quickly. It's more like an experience.
Absolutely. And that's key to how you approach it if you want the benefits. As the sources suggest, it's best read slowly, in parts, while practicing the teachings.
Don't race through it.
No, it's not a race. It's a journey that unfolds. Sometimes just contemplating a single sentence is the work. It requires patience and openness, as they say, for it to really shift how you live.
So less like consuming info, more like engaging in a practice.
Exactly, like a guided meditation or reflection that invites you to embody it, not just understand it intellectually.
Okay. So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, our listener?
Hmm.
The power of now ultimately seems to offer this really powerful, accessible path away from the constant churn, the stress, the noise, the suffering, and towards a deeper sense of awareness and peace, all just by anchoring yourself firmly in the present moment.
It's a journey inward, from identifying with the mind and external things to discovering that timeless self within.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. If true peace isn't really found in our achievements or our stuff or even our future dreams, but it's right here, in the simple act of being present, what small shift could you make, maybe right now or later today, to experience just a little bit more of that peace?
Maybe just for the next hour or so. What habitual thought pattern could you simply notice, just observe, instead of getting totally consumed by it?
Could you, maybe just for a few breaths, focus only on the feeling of breathing or the sounds around you without judging them?
Those small moments can be surprisingly powerful.
We really hope this deep dive has given you a clearer picture of Eckhart Tolle's amazing work and maybe sparked some curiosity to explore these ideas yourself.
Yeah.
If any of this resonated with you, maybe consider picking up The Power of Now. It might just offer that profound shift in perspective you've been searching for.
Wait a moment. Since you are here, please consider subscribing and comment which book you want next. Take care, keep reading, keep shining.